This video is brought to you by Anathema Comics, an ongoing online webcomic series about vampires and werewolves that you can read for free. You can support the comic at patreon.com/anathema. Links can be found at the description box down below. Hi-ho and hello, it's Bastard in here, and, well, I'm going to talk about the controls in video games. In these days, in PC video games, I faced this problem in a lot of the games lately, especially in ports, where you have lack of ability to customize your very own controls. It's either they are preset controls on keyboard and mouse, or you can only control your games with a fucking Xbox controller. And there is no option to change that. I mean, it's fundamental flaw in game programming that you don't give your player an option to change their fucking controls or customize their key mappings to their controls. For an example, just recently got myself a Resident Evil HD remake. Guess what controller it is for? Xbox. But I don't want to use Xbox controller. I don't like that controller. You know what controller I like to use? You guessed it. PlayStation controller. Because it is the controller that I am more familiar with. I know that there are a lot of people who prefer the Xbox controller over PlayStation controller. And I know that there are a lot of incompetent Xbox players who are complaining that it's too much work to customize your own controls, but it doesn't mean that you have to limit the ability for players, especially for PC players, to customize their controls. It's a PC game. It's programming 101, that the player himself gets to customize the controls the way he fucking wants. Even if I wanted to play the Resident Evil game with this fucking control, do you see this? This is I believe this is an original Amiga controller, or oh wait, this is a Sega Master System controller. Now I remember. If I wanted to use that, I should be able to configure my game to use that controller. It's just that simple. Thankfully, not all the games limits your keyboard and mouse ability, so you get to customize those controllers. But most of the games, they limit your possibility to choose what controller you want to use. And it's mostly just Xbox controller. I mean, what's up with that? If you want to cater your game towards a certain type of people, then publish it on the fucking console. Okay? If I want to be limited to just using an Xbox controller, then I will play an Xbox. But now that I am on PC is a free platform for all kinds of gamers, for PlayStation gamers, for Nintendo gamers, for Xbox gamers, and for just solely for PC gamers who like to use keyboard and mouse. The option should be in there, just like the possibility to choose your video configurations and shit like that, okay? I shouldn't have to go and buy myself a certain type of controller just because the game is catered towards to certain kind of fucking incompetent audience that is whining that it's so complex to choose my own controls from the configure menu. This shouldn't be issue in these days, especially in these days. Back in the days, a lot of games, most of the games that I have played, especially action ones, you could choose your very own controls. You could choose your very own controller, what controller you want to use. You could even play Doom with a fucking mouse, even though that game was never really intended for mouse. I mean, why is it an issue? And the reason I have problem with this is not that it's the Xbox control. The reason why I'm having problem with this is Because Xbox controller, it works differently than any other controllers, okay? On Xbox, this thumbstick over here, if you try to play any game that is catered towards the Xbox controller, this means left, this means right, this means up, this means down. The button number 1 is in here, the button number 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, and these fucking buttons are all messed up as well. When I'm playing games, I want to choose my own controls. Even if I wanted to play my games like this, with my controller upside down, I should be able to do that. I shouldn't be limited. It's annoying. So, pro tip to all who make these fucking ports to Steam or whatever, to GOG, whatever, give the player an option. Put an option in there. What kind of controller would you like to use? Do you want to use an Xbox controller? Yes! Okay, you can use Xbox controller. Do you want to use PlayStation 2 controller? Yes! Okay, you can use PlayStation 2 controller. I'm not going to buy a specific kind of fucking controller to play some games on a PC when I already have a controller that I want to fucking use. And yes, I know there are some programs that maybe allows you to change, customize your controls so that you can play it with a PlayStation 2 controller. But the problem is not that there won't be a program to do that. The problem is that the game itself should already have that possibility for me to customize my key maps without any special fucking programs. We are living in year 2015 and I'm encountering bullshit in video games that I shouldn't encounter. You shouldn't limit the gaming experience for the audience that don't like to use specific type of fucking controller. Give an option. Make it optional. And for lazy and stupid and retarded people, give them an option to have fucking ready option for them to just pick up the right kind of controller and then have the game automatically customize the controls for them. It's that simple. Why is that an issue? Good Lord.